Hello friends and welcome back for episode 25 of our Terraria 1.3 Let's Play. Hope you're all doing well. Today we've got a little bit of a journey ahead of us. It's maybe a bit of an uphill battle, but I think we're capable of getting it done. The first thing that I want to get into is the fact that, well, you were right, I actually had a superfluous, extra, unnecessary accessory in one of these slots here. I had a horseshoe that I've swapped out right now for the warding magma stone, just because it's sort of like an extra little DPS bonus with a plus to defense. It's a nice swap for the moment. We're going to try and get something better, though, in this episode, hopefully, because right now that's not the best slot combination I think we'd come up with. Also, I'm not sure how to feel about the quick leaf wings, if I maybe could get some gold back, and that's the other thing. We're down to 3 freaking gold right now, which kind of sucks. Maybe we could reforge our leaf wings to have some more useful stat. Although, I guess for movement, you know, for wings kind of makes sense. Those two things kind of go together. So you've probably noticed in my inventory, I've got a few items here that seem like they might go together. I think we're going to go ahead and make a sword right about now. So why don't we do that? Because it's time. There we go. Blade of grass, blade of grass. Now we've got 4 of those. And then we're going to go ahead and look in here. That's probably not where you make that, is it? Or is that one of those ones I've got to take to an altar? Because if so, that's no big deal. There's one like right under the house. Let's just drop this in here. There we go. Sword, Knight's Edge, requires demon altar. Okay, that's what I thought. Good. So let's grab that back, and we'll just do a quick hop down. Hope you're liking the new on fire look, by the way. I think it looks pretty sweet myself. Probably won't last for long, but I'm trying out different looks here. By the way, I know a lot of you want the bee head back. I'll probably put that back after this one. Just trying some other stuff. So there's our Knight's Edge. Just before we click on it, though, well, we can click on that. We just don't want to click on this. 44 melee damage. Just want to look at what that... Yeah, so that's like... Oh, so the Savage Fiery Greatsword actually is pretty good. But that's with a bunch of modifiers. This one is base damage at 44. And I guess the 8% crit, well, this one has that too. Is it really that much better? Well, I know we need it for other stuff later, because we're going to combine it to even better sword, but... Yeah, okay, well, we'll reforge it eventually, and hopefully we got... Okay, we got quick. Not as good as I was hoping, but it's something. Also, the range is kind of short comparatively, but, you know, let's roll with the punches. So yeah, what I was hoping to do to get a better accessory is to go to hell and perhaps kill Wall of Flesh. And maybe, just maybe, if we get really lucky, what'll happen is it'll drop one of the emblems that I can use in place of that. And then again, we're going to be out of money anyway, but, you know, we'll see how it goes. So I think what I need to do some successful combat here with the Wall of Flesh, we'll get by with the Water Bolt and Nasty Ice Bow, I think, for the moment. I'm just going to check to see if I have good ammo that I can maybe sub out. I've got a bunch of Hellfire Arrows. Those are 15 damage. These are standard is 6, so it's nice upgrade, I would say. I'm gonna replace the seeds in here with the Hellfire Arrows. We're actually just gonna take 1 out of that, put the stack there. That way I can quick stack them again later, nice and easily. And that is the highest DPS arrow that I've got out of this grouping of them. So the trick to managing your ammo successfully, if this is a problem at all, if you want to shoot those first, put it higher up in the tier list of your ammo, and it should take care of that for you. And then it'll grab these before it goes to that, is what I'm trying to say. So we'll take our seeds, drop those down here, and we've got to take a boss summon item with us. I'll take a couple. You never know. Maybe we'll do a couple of fights in quick succession. And while we're down there, of course, there's always a few things we could get out of hell. There's a bunch of souls that we'd like to drop. There's a bunch of ore that we might run into. Of course, there still might be occasional bonuses or nice items that we could find in shadow chests. And I have my my purple shadow chest key inside of my pig. So if I need to, I can just drop that down for a moment and grab. Oh, right, we fall on ledges, that's a thing. Still haven't sorted out the whole shaft problem. I miss on my expert mode, I've got, if I hit R, it puts on my slime mount, and I can just fall really quickly through the elevator, but I don't have that in this one, so I've got to make do with the slow falling for now. Hopefully I'll find a cool mount soon. I mean, that's on my list of things to do. Now that we've got wings that are good, like, that's one of the big things. It's not the best set of wings. Of course, there's a bunch of other ones that we could run into later that'll be quite useful, too. But, you know, I wanted to get the armor done first, then I wanted to get some kind of weapon, and then mobility becomes a priority, you know, once we get accessories that make sense and all that. So, oh, is that the tax collector? Lucky for us. Yeah, oh, it is definitely the tax collector. We've got our purification potion as well inside of our piggy bank. So we're just gonna pop that sucker down right here for a sec, grab it out, and purify this man so we can start collecting some gold, which is really beneficial right now, of all times, honestly. I'd like this imp to not be in our way, though. Thank you. Here he goes, and done. Hey, look, now he's on our side. You wanna be my buddy? Must everyone open and shut their doors so incredibly noisily around here? Yeah, he's a Ebenezer Scrooge type character, I suppose. So I should be able to dish out some damage, I should be able to take some damage, and hopefully this wall of flesh fight should not be particularly challenging. Probably, well, I'll try a lot of different options, because last time I used the B-nades, and they really did a number on the thing. Like, I hardly even had to fight it. So you could say, in a way, this is almost like our first official wall of flesh fight, even though it's not, if you know what I mean. So we'll give it a shot. Hopefully it'll go just fine. Is there anything else that I wanted while I was down here? Like, I could always use more adamantite, just because there's probably some weapons that would be useful in that. I mean, we're not quite to chlorophyte yet. We've got to fight a few more bosses, and if things go really, really well in this episode, I imagine we could probably also fight either the twins or the destroyer. I know I have the stuff to make the summon for the twins. I don't know if I have the stuff for the destroyer. Hopefully it shouldn't be too much more difficult, but I could figure that out when we get back. So let's equip our summon item in a sec here, and we shall begin. I will also take my ice mirror out of my inventory because I'd rather not mess with that right now. Here we go. Let's do it. T for throw. Thank you. Got it. Alright, first we're going to drop a couple of rain clouds right here. Maybe we'll do like that, actually. And, oh yeah, I've got the poison staff, too. I could start out with that. That should do some nice damage, too. Yep, it looks like the rain definitely helped out. I might just want to keep resetting. Oh, is that a mimic of all things to find right now? Or did I actually just run past that shadow chest? Yeah, it totally is. Follow me, Mimic. We'll fight you, and we'll also fight the Wall of Flesh at the same time. That's how good I am. Actually, yep, dropped a cross necklace, which is okay. Can't get a good look at his health right now, but that's fine. Let's do one of those again. Get some more MP down. I can just kind of recycle my MP over and over again. Shouldn't be any problem at all. And then we'll do that. Jacob the Guide has re-arrived, so we can actually do a couple of fights in quick succession if necessary. It looks like we're doing a number on its health. The Hungry are not really posing much of a threat. Its laser doesn't seem to be very challenging. These Icar stickers are actually probably more of a threat than the bosses right now, which is a little weird to say. Drop a couple more of these guys down. Some more of that. And I think he's just about dead. But still alive. Oh, this guy right up here. There we go. Slayer of Worlds. Wall of Flesh defeated. So let's see if we got the drop that I was hoping for here. We got a warrior emblem. That's actually exactly what I was hoping to get. And before we get too caught up in other events, I want to go back and grab the stuff from over on the left that Mimic dropped. I'll be totally fine if, like, more Mimics want to show up, too. I never have a problem with those. And yes, thank you for the tips on how to summon the Mimics up on top of the world. I'm definitely going to do that at some point if I end up needing the weapon. I didn't know how to do that already, but, like, it's a good thing to know about anyway. So for anybody that's not familiar, you can create your own Mimics that are actually harder than the Mimics that we run into here. But it's useful to do because they drop some really good and unique weapons. So in general, I would recommend it if you have the option. Take the time. How can I hit this guy over here? I don't think I have much of anything other than this. Well, whatever. I don't need to really hit him that much. So, alright, so the thing I'm a little bit worried about here is now we've got the emblem we wanted, but I don't really have the money necessary to do much in the way of reforging, so if I didn't get a good prefix... Oh god, that did a lot of damage. If I didn't get a good prefix, I don't know what I'm going to do about that. So what did I get? Nothing. Okay. That makes sense. I assume it's probably not going to be super expensive for the first Reforge. I'm going to guess like 3 gold. That's just my estimate. If we could like get more souls too, that would be great, because I could use souls on pretty much everything. It takes a bunch of souls to create one of those chests. And Ichor's not bad either, and I'm getting 5 per drop, which seems amazing actually. Well, 5 on that drop. I can't say it's per drop though. But yeah, the warrior emblem is one of 3 emblems, if you're not familiar. There's one for melee, there's one for ranged, and there's one for magic. And, oh, that does a lot of damage. Okay, I guess we're gonna go back down to hell in a second, because I actually could really use to pick up my gold again. Alright, 10 gold is not good to drop. Where is our... yeah, there she is. Maybe we'll just fight it again, I don't know. Wasn't really all that threatening anyway. Let's drop back down. I want to say thank you also for being so cool in the comments last time. I was pretty worried that it was going to get into some shenaniganry, and no, everybody kept it really calm and collected, which I appreciate a lot. You guys are a fantastic community when it comes to that kind of thing, and well, I guess I've been reflecting on it a little bit more, because I've noticed there's this thing that happens, and well, this has been going on for years. It's not like it's a new phenomenon or anything, but every so often I'll watch... well, I watch mostly all of them lately, but Northern Lions Binding of Isaac videos, there'll always be like 1 or 2 people that really feel the need to like be a total jerk to him because he made some decision in the game that they disagree with, and I just don't understand why people do that kind of thing. Like, I understand that maybe you would have played it differently, but like, to go outright on like assaulting someone's character or like saying mean things to them as a person... it's just a video game, man. Who cares? Like, why do you have to get so worked up about it? Especially when it's, like, really esoteric stuff. Like, the example I'm thinking of here involves whether or not you should take, there's 2 spirit heart deals for 3 spirit hearts each in the Devil Room. One of them is Abaddon, and the other one is, like, Rotten Baby, right? So, like, one of them gives you back a bunch of spirit hearts, the other one doesn't. And if you have almost exactly enough or exactly enough to make that deal... do you remember whether or not you should take the one that gives you the hearts first? It might sound obvious, but you're not necessarily going to know if having less than 3 spirit hearts results in you being able to take the other one. It's just sort of a weird, janky game mechanic that is unintuitive, and you only know it through memorization. So, like, to shame somebody over that, or to be a jerk about it, is like, who cares? Why would you do that? It's really a really silly thing to me that people would bother, especially when freaking Northern Lions made like 1,000 Isaac videos. There will be more. You will make mistakes, you will forget things, we all do, and it puts people in a position where they feel like they're damned if they do, they're damned if they don't. Either decision they make, someone's going to be mad at them. If you try to play conservatively to make sure people don't yell at you, then they're going to be upset that you played conservatively by taking the safe decision. If you don't, and you're wrong, it's going to be way worse. And even to the degree that if you took the right decision, but you did it for the wrong reasons, it still doesn't count. So there's like 100 levels of things you could do wrong, and the only way to be perfect is to just know everything. And nobody knows everything. You shouldn't really expect that of people. Just because they're entertainers doesn't mean they're perfect. I think I'm a good example of not being perfect, so like, yeah, it's just the way people are, you know? I guess by the same token, I shouldn't expect that people in the comments are going to be perfect either, but... I don't know, I just feel like compassion is always the way to go. If you're unsure about how to react to a situation, I always err on the side of caution, and I try to presume to put others before me, because it just always results in a better time, right? Like, nobody likes that guy that wants to be conceited or, like, self-important all the time, and yeah, there's just no reason to go to that length, especially over freaking videos of video games on the internet. Like, we've got lives outside of this stuff, too, sometimes. I mean, granted, this is, like... 80% of my life for the most part, so I take it pretty seriously. But just because I take it seriously doesn't mean that I'm gonna be really good at everything. I mean, I take the time to care about what I'm doing, and I try to care about the technical stuff that I can do. But as far as the games go, like, there's hit and miss moments pretty much everywhere for everything I do. I have my moments of good stuff, I have my moments of bad stuff, and hopefully you guys are more interested in the listening to me talk part than the MLG gameplay. And I mean, there's channels that are all about that kind of stuff if that's what you're into, and if that is what you're into, then I guess you should probably go after that kind of thing. It just seems weird to hold somebody to the wrong standard when they've never really purported to be that kind of person. right? Like, that's you putting that on them. You know, the, what is the thing about the burden of proof kind of lies on... I mean, this is kind of a misapplication of that, but, you know, if you're making a claim, it's on you to be the one to prove it, not the person who's defending it, right? So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not exactly a perfect metaphor there, but there is a little bit of a shade of truth to that. So I didn't really find anything else cool right here. Maybe I'll just fight it one more time since the guide came back immediately. I was hoping maybe I'd see another mimic, because I wouldn't mind padding my accessories real quick, just in case there's other good stuff, but yeah, it does not seem to be the case right now. Sometimes I get lost in these things. I forget how I get in, and I can't get back out. At least I'm dressed appropriately for hell. You know, I'm not the best dresser, you know, I'm not always sure what is the best thing to wear in certain situations. But I feel like being on fire, pretty appropriate for hell. You know, that's really the only thing that is appropriate for hell. I guess you could say, like, being encased in ice would also be appropriate in a way, because it'd be a really good way to just thaw out, if you're into that kind of thing. But, you know, if you go by the, what is it, the Dante Alighieri circles of hell, you get to the center, the lowest circle, or the lowest order strata of hell, then you would find that that's also encased in ice, which I think is a lovely concept, that, like, it gets so hot, it gets cold. There's a little duality in everything. Even the most just completely one-sided concept can have some duality to it, or something like that. You will burn eternally in a lake of fire, and also there's ice, but we don't talk about that part. Okay, well, I mean, it's not like that's canon. Well, it's not like anything is canon here, because it's just all fiction, but anyway. Getting on with things, let's get back over to the left, where we've got our road. Surprising how quickly I ended up going to the right there, than getting far over to the side. Kind of let your mind wander a little bit, start talking about some other topic. It's like, oh, I'm on the other side of the planet now. Gotta really be careful I don't get wrecked by the wrong guys here. If those pancakes start showing up, the ichor stickers start shooting at me, could get into trouble really quickly with that type of thing. I didn't even see that demon there. How rude. But yeah, you know what? Walking left and right, actually not a bad idea in hell. It serves us pretty well to do that quite a bit, just because the chances for mimics are decent. As well as just, like, you know, random weird stuff that can happen. I wouldn't even mind getting a few more guide dolls to drop, so, you know, if the demons show up, that's fine too. Pretty much anything that happens is all good. Just getting out there and experiencing the world of Terraria creates situations, no matter what you're doing. I've said this in several episodes now, but it's totally true. Oh, look at that. All that stuff. Alright, so let's grab another one of the guide dolls. Alright, I forget I also get one of those every time, too. And off we go yet again. I don't know what I'm really trying to get on this one, but, you know, the more emblems, the better. Well, there you are. Wondering when you're gonna show up. A little late to the party here, huh? Yeah, if those water balls could actually bounce around a little, that would be very beneficial to me. I'll let my MP roll back up a little bit. I'll grab some of these stars as well. And we'll just do one of those. And that again. Somebody said the other day, like, it's silly to have the water bolt still in my inventory, and I agree with you. For the most part, it is actually pretty silly to do that, but in this particular application, it's got some use still to it, you know? Let's finish off these little guys so that way they can stop pestering me. Excuse me. You know, it's funny thinking about, like, the differences in communities between one group and another. Everybody's got, like, this certain vibe about their channel and their audience, and I think that's totally cool that it works that way. And it's funny seeing them interact sometimes, because people can be really, like, cool sometimes and, like, angry other times for reasons you'd never expect. You know, you get certain cross-ups and mixings of audiences, and it seems like everybody doesn't like everything for a second. But then eventually they kind of diffuse, and then it all sort of works again. It just... Okay. Oh, we got another emblem! That was, like, a lot of very vague stuff I just said, but I guess what I'm thinking of is, like, the way people are kind of weird about having other people that they're not used to on the NLSS and stuff. Like, they get used to it, and then it's so fine, but for the moment, it's, like, kind of weird, and everybody's all worked up. I'm hoping we get through that stuff quickly. And, if you're not familiar, by the way, the NLSS is the show that I do with Northern Lion on Twitch 3 times a week. If you're ever interested, feel free to check it out, whenisnlss.com. It's got sort of like a little running schedule of when that's up. So we got a summoner emblem. I'm not sure that I knew there was a summoner. Is that a summoner emblem? Is that a new thing? Because I knew it was the range, melee, and magic, but is that... so there's a 4th now? That's pretty cool. Alright, so we got 30 gold. That should be enough to do some stuff. We've got the proper emblem that we were hoping to get. I didn't even equip it there. I guess the fire damage is alright too, though. Let's just ice mirror back home. And we'll drop off some of our junk. Beautiful. So, Warrior Emblem, I guess we'll replace the Magma Stone. I should have enough to do a couple of reforges, I hope, so let's see about that. Where is our... oh, I need to move this guy back down a little bit. Sometimes when these NPCs die, they end up in really strange positionings in my house, which I don't like. I want that one. I may not use much melee for now, but I like having this anyway. 2 defense, that's okay. I really don't have much gold here, so I need to, like, settle quickly. If I don't find what I like, 3 damage is fine. Let's do that. That's okay. And let's drop these guys back off. As well as our money. And our purification powder. I don't know that I'll ever really need that again, but I'll leave it now, because it's not like I have anything else in my piggy bank anyway. So we'll quick stack that. Again, I wish I could just designate money slot over here every time. Just put it in the same spot. It's okay. And we want to put our net here and our piggy bank there. We can sell off a couple of these pwn hammers. I don't need them. And seeds go in seed area. There we go. Oh man, I've already filled this up, huh? Alright. I didn't realize that I was already on like a second chest. I don't really need multiple clouds in a bottle or Hermes boots that much. I think I've kind of combined a lot of the basics already. We'll do that for now. And I'll just sell off all of this stuff. Well, not this, because I could still potentially use that for other stuff that I don't know about yet. We'll just drop off this stuff here. What is that? Explosive powder. Oh, he sells hellfire arrows. I guess he sells it once you get to it, right? Something like that. 1 gold. What is that? 1 gold. Alright, so we got a few gold out of it. Looks good. So, what's next then? So we want to go and maybe make a boss summon item and see about fighting the mechanical eye, the twins, I guess, is what we'll do. So I need some lenses, iron bars, and souls of light. I should have more than enough in the souls department. I do. It's 6 of these, half dozen of another, 5 iron bars, which we've got plenty of. I still haven't resorted my chests, by the way. I know there's some stuff in the wrong ones. Iron, there we go. So I needed 5 of those. I've got the wiki open, by the way, so that's why I know this off the top of my head. I don't memorize it. And we need 3 lenses, which are gonna be in here. Alright, beautiful. What time is it, by the way? It's 11:24. Not optimal, but maybe I'll go ahead and do it and summon him real quickly. I'd like to wait through the night, but I think it's gonna take too long to go back around again, so I'll just do this. And we'll just, we'll go outside and pop it right away. Probably use some potions or something too, but oh well. Wish me luck. I don't know how hard this is gonna be. Like, I haven't fought this guy in a while, so we shall see. Just gonna do my best to avoid as much damage as possible. When I need to, I'll pop my heal, and then I can hope that I will avoid damage for a lot longer again, and that will be kind of the end. And we want to try and get these both down in damage roughly at the same time, so I'm gonna be trying to shoot them as equally as I can. I'm using my potion a bit early here, just because I'd like it to start on its cooldown. Will I still have more than enough health to get around? If I absolutely need to, I can consider going to the nurse, but her placement is suboptimal inside my house. Okay, yeah, hitting it would be nice. I'd appreciate that. We'll get the rain clouds going again. Probably the higher the better with the rain clouds, honestly. Also, I can't, like, see because night, but that's kind of how these guys work. It's got to be night to fight them, and if it gets to day and we haven't killed both of them, we just kind of lose. It just kind of goes away again. You know what? That's pretty good damage. They're going to get to stage 2 eventually, and we're going to have a lot harder of a time. Stage 2, everything gets way faster. And yes, I am totally aware of how silly it is that I just made a melee-based emblem and am not even using my sword on them, but I really don't want to get super close for them to them right now. I will use the melee more. Oh, come on. It's keeping perfect distance right away from it. I think we're good to use another rain cloud here. I'd like to get better positioning, so maybe I could run into them a bit more. Arrows work okay. We're up for a heal again. I think my damage is a bit too low to be fighting these guys, honestly, because this is not really beating them down that quickly. And once the pressure's on, I'm going to have a really tough time keeping up. Shoot down a little bit more. Shoot up a little bit more. Yes, that's it. Got some okay dodges happening. We've really been alright for damage. I've been kind of keeping things at bay. Mostly just because they're staying reasonably slow. Once that stops being the case, though, I do not have that guarantee. Most likely I'm going to start getting beaten up pretty quickly by them. He's almost halfway. The other one's almost halfway. Let's drop another set of clouds before these run out. They don't seem to be standing in them as much as I would have liked, unfortunately. Alright, there's that. And if I do run out of Hellfire arrows, it's not the end of the world. I do have plenty more arrows. In fact, I have infinite arrows. I got the magic quiver, remember? I probably should have made, like, the adamantite repeater or something. Some kind of gun that I could use for more distance range, ranged attacks, rather. Not that this is awful, but I'm just not hitting fast enough. And now I'm starting to get worried a little bit about daylight. If I don't really wheedle these guys down a lot faster. Okay, so that one's on stage 2. Let's get the other to stage 2 as well. Okay, we're gonna heal up again, just to be extra thorough. Oh, that's awful. No, that's real bad. Don't stand in that. This is probably one of the hardest fights of this boss that I think I've faced. I don't remember this being very hard last time, honestly. I mean, it was a little bit of a challenge, but I was probably over-prepared. Thankfully, I've got pretty good armor now. And now I'm starting to worry about my health a bit, because this is where things get really bad. I can't take more than like 1 or 2 more of those laser hits at all. And I'd love to really kill one of these two. Now I'm starting to get away from my arena-ish area. Okay. Doing good for dodges again. We got 10 seconds on a heal coming in. Oh, that was bad. That was very bad. I'm gonna lose my... Okay. 4, 3, 2, 1. Heal up. Okay. That at least keeps me alive a little longer. I think we've lost our rain clouds again. Oh, the lasers have to go, man. He's shooting so many! Oh god. The dodge when it goes back down is the worst. If I can kill the one, I might still have a chance. Okay, I did that dodge successfully. Oh no, it's day! It was all for nothing. Okay, well, I've learned a valuable lesson at least. And that is that was rather stressful, and I'm going to need some better equipment. I might want to even wire up a heart statue and get this to be, well, a more proper arena, because I didn't even put, like, a campfire or anything there. My health regen was not happening. Yeah, maybe I want to go farm for a ranged emblem as well, since I apparently am instantly reverting back to ranged. I mean, this is great for just everyday, you know, mow down enemies and such, but it's not so great for bosses that I need to keep my distance from. And, well, you can see, like, this is how far away that I can be from that enemy, and that's just not practical in most every scenario. What else can I do? Why don't we go on a little mission over to the left real quick. We'll just kind of do a little bit of lawn mowing duty, because I didn't do that today, actually. And we'll see if we run into any strange plants, because I did not find one. That was a little underwhelming, honestly. I was thinking maybe, just maybe, if I just played perfectly, I could still eke out a win there. But I had a lot of factors against me, and also some rather poor planning, so... I think it's definitely doable, and I think probably next episode I could get a kill on that sucker. I guess I'm glad that I just didn't die. I was reasonably happy with myself on that, and, you know, it was exciting up until that last moment where nothing happened, but, you know, that's what happens on occasion. Sometimes you mess up a bit. I should have probably been paying more attention to the clock, because there's a little bit of waffling that I did about 1/3 into that fight that just did not help out at all. I probably also should have healed up before I came out here, to be honest, but I guess if we get to the jungle and I don't see any, then we'll head back and go to the right. And I think we're about to get there in a second or two. The one thing that strange plants require is that they be spawned into dirt tiles, not mud. And in order for jungle to exist, it has to be made of mud. Yeah, that's correct. Jungles are mud. The rest of the world is dirt. Well, or, you know, crimson or corruption. Alright, so let's go back before the turtles start showing up and wrecking everything. There's a little bit of room over to the other side. I will heal up this time, actually. It's only a silver. What's the big deal? I can get that off of every drop. Lawnmower, please. It'd be kind of funny, actually, if there was actually, like, a real lawnmower item that you could equip. And then every time you do this, you actually just hold down the button, and it just cuts... Oh, there's a strange plant. Cuts any grass that you would run into. I would kind of like that. So let's just go back and unwrap that and see what we get. I am curious. But all in all, I mean, aside from that little flub, not the worst of progress. We did get a couple more Wall of Flesh kills, and we got a couple of emblems. Kind of got a good direction to go in. And I am aware, yes, that I should probably be fishing more for the fact that I could probably find some ore. Strange plants. We got gel dye. What is gel dye? What does that look like? What is the button again? Shift click? Yeah, there it is. Alright, so it kind of makes me blue and glowy. Which, you know, it doesn't look fantastic with the burning at all, but if I take this off, and I take this off, that's pretty cool. I'm kind of into that. Maybe hide this again, too. The wings look real bad when they're not the same color, but I also have the... I could get, like, the phase-shifting blue acid dye and put that up next to it, right? That could be kind of neat. Let's see what that looks like. Oh yeah, that actually blends perfectly. I'm kind of a fan of this look. Yeah, maybe we'll switch over to this for a little bit. The burning was cool, but it was more just like, look at me, I'm on fire. This just feels like something I can work with. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, make sure you leave a like on it. We've got more Terraria coming up as we've had daily, so make sure you leave a comment. Tell me what you think I should do next. I will read all of them as I always do, and we will address what we need to address for next episode. So thanks for watching, guys. I will see you next time.